What is up, everybody? It is your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, back with another plugin showcase for you guys today. And we're gonna be taking a look at the brand new, just released, I think this Tuesday, Fabfilter Pro L2. I want to thank a good shout out to the guys at Fabfilter for sending me a copy of this over to check out and experiment with and play with. And I have to say off the bat, I'm gonna go and say it. This is my favorite limiter of 2017. As of right now, I am absolutely going to be using this on everything because it is amazing. It's a big upgrade from Pro L1. If you don't know what Pro L1 was, it was a limiter made by Fabfilter. Probably one of the most cleanest, easiest to use, simplest GUI style limiter. There was something they could have worked on, and there was something that was a little finicky, but I think they improved on all that, and it gives some extra features plus algorithms in it to give you that to help you out with it. So as you can see, this is Pro L2, as you see up there, the 2. And basically it looks like Pro L1. When you first open it, it looks like Pro L1. There are a few little changes in it. For one, under the hood, there's a bunch of, stuff going on. But there is a new metering system, a new visual system, a new leveling system, and also like a new, I think that's it. Or there's a few other things. I'll go into the details anyway. But yeah, so when you bring up Pro L2, this is what you get. You get basically your gain for how much limiting you're gonna be how much volume you're pretty much getting, or how much gain you're gonna be pushing into the limiter. I think it has a fixed threshold, so you pretty much just give it gain and it starts doing the limiting for you depending on the algorithm that you have set up. And if you hit advanced, you have your different controls. You have your look ahead, which means it just looks ahead for, well, I better start with the first one. First, we got the style, which they added 3 new styles: aggressive, modern, and safe. Transit, punchy, dynamic, all around. I think Bus were already on the original. I think Bus was on. I'm not sure if Bus was there. I have to look. I think these 4 are new. Yeah, so Bus is a new one too. So you had these 4, which were the original algorithm. All around worked great, and transparent was really good. I use them all the time. I love them. But now they have this modern, aggressive, and safe mode. Modern, I'm really loving that algorithm. Aggressive is, like I said, more aggressive style of limiting. Safe is really so weird. I got to play around with that, but it gives you a nice little sound. It's very, like I said, safe. It's cautious about your limiting and all that. Make sure you get the most headroom and the less limiting, whatever. But it gets signed in Bus, of course, for like bus stuff. Which is whatever you put on the bus. There you go. And then you got look ahead, which means it look ahead and starts limiting a few milliseconds before actually the signal comes to where it limits. So it kind of looks ahead. It will use some processing power if you do that. So keep that in mind. You have the attack and release control, so you can, adjust the attack and release of the limiter. Got to sneeze. Might just keep that in there. Might not edit it out. And then you have the, and the same for the release, how long it takes to release the limiter, how fast it takes the limiter to react to the signal going into it. So you can get some different sounds. Got another sneeze. Jesus. Woo. 3 in a row. That's good. But anyway. And yeah, so you got, depending on how fast you got the limiter acting, how fast you want it to release, like a basic compressor, because a limiter is a compressor just with a very high ratio. Very high ratio, yeah, very high ratio. And then you have the link controls, the stereo link controls, the transient release controls. I don't usually mess with these. I don't mess with them, but I need to do my research and read up more about them. Because I just got this today, so I didn't really read too much, but I never mess with them in the old one. But they are there. It's good to link. If you need no help about it, you just go right here to help and go to show indications, and then you hover over it. It'll give you like a little bubble that explains it for you right there. So I'm gonna leave it on the screen for a little bit so you can pause it, read it yourself. And I'm doing it the same right here. Boom. Pause and release yourself. There you go. So you can check it out yourself and whatever. All right. You do have presets up here, of course. So you have all these presets, and you have, I guess, some new presets as well, which is pretty cool as well. Down here you have MIDI learn, which I never used that. You have true peak limiting, which is great. So it's actually gonna listen to the true peaks of your sound, which I really do like that. That was in that's been an Ozone maximizer for a long time. I always use the true peak limiting function. Great. You now have oversample. You have oversampling once again. Now it goes all the way up to 32 times oversampling. It's crazy. Yes, you will use more CPU, when you're doing it, but it can detect peaks, it detect intersample peaks and all that a lot better, and it can give you a better sound. So do keep that in mind. Like I said, I probably would go to the 16x at the most. 32 times is just a lot to me, but 16x is really great. Even 4 and 8 are great as well. I think the old one only went to 2 and 4. if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, this one goes all the way up to, they say, 32 times oversampling, which is great to have if you're, one of the guys. You have dithering it always, so you can go to dither, turn dither off all the way up, depending on if you go to a lower quality and you got the different shapes and stuff like that, which I'm not going to dither. You have a bypass button. Then you have the new features right here, which is you have I think this is the, you have DC button, which enables DC offsetting filtering. I think that's been in Ozone for a while, but now it has DC offset filtering. You have this button right here, which is the side chain trigger, which works really well. My favorite feature is these two features right here, which is the 1-to-1 ratio, which basically means like in the old Fabfilter Pro L, you would essentially, if you hold shift, I think it was shift or alt, and you move this up, it will actually attenuate the output. I think it still does it. Yeah, if you hold alt and move this up, you see how the output is going down as I boost it. So how much gain you put in, that's how much output it does. Now, if you click 1-to-1, it does it automatically, and it does it very well. So when you do that, you're actually listening to the distortion of the plugin. So basically, I'll just play you some sound so you see what that sound like. So if I don't do 1-to-1, so we'll just play my beat real quick. We'll go to a nice spot with some drums kick in. I'm bypassing. Okay, now that's like I said, that's without the 1-to-1 mode, of course. But if I hit 1-to-1, now as I boost it, it's actually gonna attenuate it and bring down the level as I boost up. I hate when it does that. It starts all the way over. As you see, the volume doesn't change, but I can start hearing the distortion. I can see what it's doing to my signal, which is great. And then you just unbypass it and set your limit that way, so you get your sound. So 1-to-1 mode, great. Another great feature, if I bring it up to that, is this listen function, which now you can actually listen to the distortion of your track. So you can see actually what you're losing when you're limiting, which is great because a lot of you guys either over limit or you under limit. And this will help you, see exactly what you're losing when you're limiting your music. So example, we'll turn it on and you're just going to hear what is chopping off and what is limiting. So all that you're hearing is getting chopped off by the limiter, and you're losing all that. So that is a great feature right there. So you know exactly if you're pushing it too far or if you're not. That's what makes it a powerful limiter, which is one of my favorites, because now I can get the best possible limit with retaining the most detail at the same time. So I love that function. The 1-to-1 and the listen function, two of the best function out there. Like I said, you got your output level, so you can set your ceiling. You have this mode, which is, I think this is the true peak indicator on the metering. So that's great. You have your different kind of follow modes or different type of tracking mode. So that's just different type of scrolling modes. You got one that just scrolls with the sound. I think the one at the end actually builds the whole track so you can see your sound over a period of time. And it's just, pretty much cool visuals. That you also turn the visuals off, of course, if you don't want that, because some people don't like visuals. Now you got your different type of metering functions. So you got the same four as last time. So you got 16 32-bit, 32-bit. You got 16 negative 16 dB, negative 32 and 48. That means it's showing how many dB right here that you're seeing on the meter. So I go to 42, so it should up that far. You got your K scale, which I love to use the K scale. I always use K12, to help me with mixing. But you also got K20. I think it's like broadcast, average music, and then like classical is K20. So, look at it. My favorite thing is the loudness, which the loudness is for the new LUFS feature, which is basically a unified way of, determining level, which not all streaming sites use it. They use, I think, -12 LUFS or -14, one or two. I think YouTube uses 12 and everybody else uses 14. So keep that in mind. So you can set between short-term, momentary, or integrated, which is really great. You can set your different tabs. So as you see, for 14 is streaming. Then you got EBSU, which I think is television. I don't know. Just stuff like that. You got 19. It was 9, which is CD. And you also do custom, which I can set like -12, and that's my target gain right there. So when I'm limiting or doing my, doing my max, my limiting. So we go here. now I have a target to try to aim for, which is great. So if you're trying to go for a certain style and try to keep it within those parameters, like say if you're trying to release on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon, Google Play Music, all that, you can now stay within those levels so they will accept your music. Because if you go past their levels, they won't accept your music, or either they'll turn it down to where you'll be like, it's, you know, it don't sound right, and they will do that. So that's great to have right there. You can always refresh it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, great limiter. I think this is a great limiter. A little bit on the pricey side, but if you do own Pro L1, you can get an amazing deal on an upgrade, and I highly suggest getting it. I would say just go ahead and download it, try it out for yourself, and if you like it, save it. I mean, it's definitely a great limiter. It's very easy to use, and you get some very good information now, and it just sounds great. Like, I love it. Like I said, like I master it here, so if I master it, let's see. And see, I'm not losing no sound right there, so I actually have to turn on. So I actually can push it a little bit further. Okay.
This is different.
You can just you can just get stuff loudest all out and still sound great at the same time. This is a great plugin. I'm definitely gonna be diving into it and be using it a lot. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite plugins of this year. Like, straight up, I'm so happy about this. It came at the right time. Like, they went out with a bang, and I can't wait to see what they roll into next year. Fabfilter are great people, and they make great plugins. And I stand behind all their plugins: Pro L, Pro Q, Pro C, Pro MB. I got them all, and I love them. Like, straight up, they're the best mixing and mastering tools out there, hands down. So yeah, that's just a little look into it. I'll dive deeper into it more later, and you'll see me use it more, and I might give you some tricks and tips into it in the future. But this is just a plugin showcase. I want to say thank you once again to people at Fabfilter. Hope you guys enjoy. Like always, you got any questions, leave them in the description below, and I will definitely, you know, answer them as best I can or as fast as I can. I'm a busy guy. I do the best I can. And yeah, hopefully I'll do some more stuff with Pro L, and you'll see more in the future. Go download it. Put the link in the description below. Go download you a demo and try it out yourself, and you'll be amazed. Trust me. With that being said, hope you guys enjoy. Like always, y'all know who it is. It is your boy Slim, a.k.a. Mr. Different. Not motivated by music. Oh, not motivated by the money. I said music. Not motivated by the money, but the like, comments, subscribe, and views. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one, everybody.